we are at the start of a new project. We're going to call this one the gathering place because when we get done, everybody's going to want to gather here and party. So what we're doing, you can kind of see right here, we have an old um, gazebo. What do you call it? What do you call them? Pergola. And we're gonna take that down, and we're gonna take out all this concrete, and we're gonna build a new patio cover that's gonna go from that corner way over to here, and we're gonna have a regular roof on it, and it's gonna go and attach to that gable that's over the French doors right there. So this whole area is going to be covered. It's going to be all stamped concrete. We're going to totally redo that deck. That deck this last fall, they had me come over. If you get a little closer here, you can see that it's got a couple of new posts in there. I came in last fall because the deck was really rickety, and I replaced the posts, and then I put about a box full of screws in it to try and make it because they felt like it was going to fall down. Now it's pretty sturdy now, but we're going to take it out and replace it with a real nice deck with Trex or TimberTech. TimberTech's my favorite, and so it'll be really nice. It's going to have a couple of ceiling fans in it, can lights. It's going to look really, really sharp. So I just kind of wanted to show this to you because this has stamped concrete, but you can see down here that they didn't do a very good job of compacting the ground before they did it. So it's settled and cracked quite a bit. I think that's part of what has precipitated this. There's a lot of cracking even that goes through here. We're going to be putting in a gas line for a fire pit, and we're putting a gas line for a built-in barbecue. So it's going to be like really super nice. And so I'm excited to show you as we progress on this. The price of the remodel is about, if I remember right, it's about 65,000. So it's pretty heavy duty that what we're doing. It's going to be super duper nice. It'll look like it was originally done when the house was built. And right now, I can't tell you how long it's going to take because everything is so hard to get. Right now, concrete is so hard to get. Um, and you can schedule it and then they cancel on you. And so it's just a lot of materials. Lumber, of course, is starting to come down finally, but still, trusses, they're out forever, and this will have a bunch of trusses in it. So, anyways, so I don't really know how long it's going to take. I've told them I'll try to have it done by the end of the year, and so that's kind of where we're at with it.
What month we're in? What month?
Yeah, December. Right now we're in the end of July, so anyways, we'll get jumping on it. So it's a little windy, so hopefully I have both earpods in, so hopefully you can hear me okay. So you see we got all the concrete tore out that was here, and we've staked it out for the footings. Each one of these rebars is where a footing's going to go. There's 6 different footings that we've got to dig and do. But I thought you might be interested. So if I have the rebar in the middle of where the footing's going to go, and we dig the footing, how do we get that line back? How do we get that spot back? And one of the things I do is I put in what we call a reference stake. And so this is, or an offset stake is also what we call it. So this stake is 5 feet from the center of that footing. And then that stake down at the end is also 5 feet from the last footing. So when we're done digging our holes, we can string a line from this offset stake to that offset stake. And we know it's 5 feet to the first 2 stakes, and we can lay the whole rest of the thing back out and get the footings exactly where we had them originally after we dig them. So it's a pretty cool system, works really good. And I actually have to redo this. We're going to redo this tomorrow because when we were done, I was getting some measurements and I realized that we were off by about a foot everywhere. And so I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we got to get that right to begin with. So we're going to be here tomorrow restaking this out. But everything's really close, but some places it's 6 inches off and some places it's a foot off. So I don't know what we did, but I've gone and redone all my calculations on the plans, and I'm all ready to go. So we're going to come kind of adjust the stakes tomorrow. So we've made some progress over here, kind of slowly but surely. We got the holes all dug out. Now we've got the concrete in the holes for the footings. So you can see we have all the concrete down there for the footings, and then we put these rebars in because we're going to put some sonotubes up, and then we got to pour some more concrete. So we have a concrete column coming up out of the ground. So we got 6 of them. So you can see that we got all of these done and filled with concrete. And so next is to set up the sonotubes, and then we'll pour that concrete, and then we have to backfill all of it and compact it. And then we got some sprinkler work to do, and we got to run a gas line because we're going to have a barbecue sitting right here. And so we got to run a gas line over and also electrical line so that because the porch covers can have a lot of can lights and a ceiling fan in it and stuff. So, anyways, we made some good progress. Um, Ryan and I, he's my the guy that works with me. We poured all the concrete ourselves. We got one of those big U cart type concrete trailers that I pulled behind my truck. Took 2 yards of concrete to fill all 6 of these holes. So, anyways, next step, sonotubes. Okay, we've been busy here. We tore out a bunch of bushes and stuff, and you can see we backfilled around all of our sonotube columns right here. And if you come up here, you can see that we've replaced that window well. See that window well that goes around the window? That's the one that we took out right over there. It was all rusted up. Look how it fell apart when we took it out. So we replaced that. So we've just been really having a hard time keeping things going here because of the weather. You can see it's all muddy right now. Um, but every time we have to go take a machine back because it starts raining on us, and it takes us a half an hour to clean all the mud off of it. But anyways, we're trying to get plugged away so we can get this started before it gets too cold. We want to try and get the patio poured before it gets too cold. It gets really cold here in Utah, and at a certain point, the ground starts to freeze, and then you can't put concrete on frozen ground. So, anyways, we're actually making pretty good progress, but fighting the weather. I am so excited to show you what we've done here. My concrete guy is amazing, and look at this. They've got it all prepped and ready to pour concrete. The soil here is really heavy in clay, and clay is so hard to compact. And their last concrete patio that we pour out, if you remember, it was cracked and sunk and all kinds of weird stuff. And so I'm trying to do everything I can to keep that from happening again. So we put road base in here, which compacts really good. And then we put all this rebar in at 24 inches on center so that the whole concrete slab is going to have rebar running through it. And then you can see here on these piers that we did that the roof is going to be on, we we put what we call dowels in all the way around those. So that helps to hold the concrete up too. And then along the house, we did the same thing. We have these dowels in here that are doweled into the foundation that will also help hold the slab up really good too. So hopefully there's really not much else I can do to make this slab not settle. And the only other thing we're doing is we're adding like a fiber mesh. It's like a fiberglass mesh that we put actually in the concrete that also is really good about holding the concrete all together. So I'm excited about this. This is going to be stamped concrete. What we're going to do is we're going to pour the concrete. Well, first, when the cement truck shows up, we take some brown paper bags and throw them into the cement truck, and that puts the color in the concrete. So it's going to be a dark, or excuse me, a medium gray color on the concrete. Now, concrete's gray already, but this is going to be a little bit more gray. And then we're going to stamp it, and what we're going to stamp it with is what we call an elephant skin. You know how an elephant skin's kind of all wrinkly and crinkly? That's what we're going to do for the texture on the concrete. And then when you're doing it's like a silicone mat or pad that you transfer the pattern to, but you have to put what we call a release powder on it, and the release powder makes it so the stamp doesn't stick to the concrete, and that gives you that two-tone look in the concrete. So it's going to look really awesome when we get done. But I'm excited to finally get this to this point, because once I get this concrete done, then I can start framing and start working on finishing this project. Okay, we're making lots of progress on this patio cover. I'm going to step out so you can see We thought we'd get a wide angle shot so you can see how it ties into the roof, and the roofing's all done. It's turning out really, really nice. So we made these big square columns around the sonotubes that we did, and we've done all the electrical. So we've got can lights up here, and then there's going to be two ceiling fans up here, and then there's going to be a couple of coach lights. Like there's one right there, one right there, and then if you look up here, there's an outlet right at the top of the column up here, and then there's another one at the top of that column over there, and those are for electric blinds. So they'll be able to put like a bamboo or whatever blind they'll be able to come down, because that way is west, and so they'll be able to block that western sun in the afternoon. And then if they want to, they'll also be able to block the morning sun as well if they need to. And so, anyways, you can see where we tied into the house. We had to put a couple of beams in coming off of each side, and we put a couple of can lights there. And we're doing a new deck, so we got all the rough framing in for the new deck, and I just ordered the TimberTech material to cover the deck with. And we also added these window wells, because these window wells are right in the concrete, so they're kind of dangerous. So we added a window well there and one over here. And those are custom made to fit these window wells. So we're just about ready tomorrow. I'm meeting the stucco guy here to get started on the stucco. All these columns and all the beams will all be stucco. And so it's going to look really sharp when we get done. I'm excited to see this get done. I'm expecting a barbecue invite once we're all done. I know we just did a quick update, but I wanted to give you another one to show you that we have what we call the scratch coat or the gray coat of the stucco on. So this is what goes on before we put the stucco color on. So you see all the columns and all the beams have been covered in stucco in the scratch coat. And then, excuse me, I decided I wanted to add these little column trims down at the bottom, because the columns are kind of big but a little too simple. And so I've asked him to add these base column trims, and I think it's going to look really nice. It'll be like a contrasting color to the rest of the stucco. So I just wanted to show you real quick how, the progress that we're making on this. It's moving along pretty good. Trying to get the soffit and fascia guys scheduled. One of the things that we do is after we do the scratch coat, then we do the soffit and fascia before they do the color, because then the color kind of seals up to the soffit and fascia and covers up any gaps and stuff like that. So the next step after we get this scratch coat done is to do soffit and fascia and rain gutter and all that. Hey, just got a quick update for you. So you can see we got color on. Not all of it's on, because he wasn't supposed to put the color on quite yet, but all the color is on in some places. So this is the scratch coat, and then this is the color coat. But one of the things that's cool though is we got all the soffit and fascia up. So we're getting really close to be able to wrap this up. I've waited to finish the deck until the stucco is done, because I didn't want to dropping any stucco material on the deck. And if you come in here and look, my stucco guy kind of missed. You can see he didn't go up high enough with his stucco coat so that it would be covered by the soffit and fascia. So he's going to have to address that a little bit, but really close. We're almost ready to. I got my guy coming to run a gas line today. We've got the gas line all run. There's a gas stub out right here for the barbecue, and it runs over to where those pipes are coming up over against the house. So now we just have to pop it up into that cantilever and into the utility room and tie it into the gas line there. So we're going to do that today, and then our electrician will be here probably first of the week, next week, to hang all the ceiling fans and put all the light fixtures out and finish out the plugs. So we're really close, almost done. Okay, we're all done. Well, almost all done. Some things are taking too long, so I wanted to shoot this video for you. So um, we have this little green cap that we put in. Remember, we put a stub in for a future hot tub, so there's access to get power under the concrete to a future hot tub. And then we got the stucco all done. We got the deck all done coming out of the house. And remember, well, don't remember, but this is one of the things that I don't have done yet is the railing on here. It takes a while to get the guys to come out and measure and then get it fabricated and stuff like that. So we're doing a custom wrought iron black railing coming down off of here. Other than that, we're pretty much done. The rain gutter guys, we're waiting for the stucco guys to get done. So the rain gutter's not done yet, but it'll be done here shortly. And so we've even hooked up the barbecue. I want to show you the connection right here. So we got everything underground. And so this is the connection to the barbecue grill right here. And it's a quick connect, so you can actually pull it apart pretty quickly. And there's a plug for the barbecue if you're going to do a rotisserie or something like that. And so the ceiling fans are pretty awesome on a hot day. That's going to be really nice. And then up here, we put an outlet up there. You can see that outlet up there on the right. That's for automatic blinds. So they can put a big blind in here that rolls down because this way is west. And so now they can drop that blind down and just with a remote and block the sun out of this area right here. Then they have the fans. So it turned out really nice. I think it's awesome. I love the patio. We got a little bit more cleaning to do. We did one shot over it. We need to do one more shot with it, but looks great. And we're excited they're excited. Their dog's finally excited to be able to come outside and go to the bathroom out the back door. So hey, we sure appreciate you watching this video and taking time to watch the transformation of this backyard patio party place. And if you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button. Subscribe to us so we can show you some of the other videos that we do. We're doing adding new videos all the time to show you how we transform all these different projects. And coming up in the near future, you'll see the video of our parade home that we're building. That is a total transformation of an old bungalow that we're going to have in the parade of homes this year. Thanks for watching.